We call this segment simply Capitol Spotlight. We take 5 minutes before session and talk with a member of the General Assembly to discuss some of the things that's going on inside this building, the Rhode Island State House. We're coming to you this day from the East Gallery of the Rhode Island House of Representatives, and we are pleased to welcome one of their prestigious members of the House of Representatives, the Honorable State Representative Jan Malik. Representative, good to see you.
Dave, thank you for having me on your show again.
Well, listen, it's good to have you back, and I know you've been busy. We had you on our half-hour show not long ago talking about your Sales Tax Commission, of which you serve as chair. Bring us up to date since we last visited. What's been going on with that commission, and where are you currently?
Well, you know, we started 6 months ago on the Sales Tax Commission. It's been a long, hard, gruesome chore to try to get this, straight for the state of Rhode Island, and what we're seeing right now will come to the conclusion probably next week sometime. What we see here, we already see one proposal, the 3%, to lower it to 3%, and now there's another proposal by a member of our committee. We're going to look at that to see what it's all about, and then we're going to determine which one, or we might put both of them in, because what we're finding out here with the 3%, the low sales tax to 3%, people are seeing the revenue side. There's like close to a $500 million shortfall. But after the job creation that occurs from it, maybe 13,000 jobs, it's really only a $51 million
deficit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hear Mike Stenhouse with the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity. I hear him talk about what would happen if they reduced the sales tax to zero, how many jobs that it would create. How do you know? I mean, how do you come up with these numbers? I would have to think that as a commission, it has to be a tough assignment to try to calculate the future as to what would happen in the way of job creation and what that would generate in, let's say, income tax, et cetera.
Let me say this. It's not Mike Stenhouse coming up with these numbers. This is the Suffolk Institute coming up with this. It's called a stamp model. They came up with this from 7 to 0%. And then we, the state, uses a REMI model to say there'll be less impact if we lower the sales tax. So it's our job to look at both proposals and see which way we're going to head for the state of Rhode Island. I think my committee has come to the conclusion that lowering the sales tax will help out the state of Rhode Island.
Well, I know one thing. Everybody watching right now would certainly like that because obviously it would give us a little more buying power. And if you could lower the sales tax number, that would be good for anyone who does commerce, and that's just virtually everyone watching right now. Realistically, what do you do next? I know you've talked to a lot of people. Some people have testified in front of your group. What do you do when it's all said and done and you've heard all the stories and all of the suggestions?
Well, first, I'm going to make sure that the committee agrees that lowering the sales tax is the way to go. So now they will maybe present two proposals, like I said, to lower it to 3% or to look at a member of our committee who's got a great proposal, we think, and to see what, the alternative we'll have on the budget, both of them. One is $51 million. What will the other one have? We're not sure. We're running the numbers as we speak, and we're going to see. My committee has done a diligent job, working very hard, and I think we'll come out with the right recommendation, first of all, to lower the sales tax, but also, too, Dave, it's up to us, the Senate, the House, how we're going to find the money that this could, what could occur from this, the deficit that could occur from lowering the sales tax.
Now, one last quick question. Are you confident that in calendar year 2014, people watching this interview right now will ultimately pay some number less in sales tax than what they're paying now?
Well, I hope so. Hey, look, I'm looking out there to see what we can have for job creation. Before I came on this show, I heard a startling, we're finally made number one, and something we don't want to be number one with. 9.1 unemployment in this state. Guess what? Nevada, which was tied for us, is 8.8 now. This is something that all of us that serve in this great chamber here should be ashamed of. We have to work on this. The number one issue out there is jobs. And guess what? If we create jobs, guess what? We'll have enough money to go around like we did years ago to help all these programs out. But until we create jobs, the state's going to stay status quo.
Representative Jan Malik, I know you've been diligently working with the Sales Tax Commission. Thank you for bringing us up to speed as to what you've been doing. My best to you and your colleagues here in the House of Representatives.
Dave, thank you very much.
And, of course, we could not do it without you. Thank you so much for watching. We call this segment simply Capitol Spotlight.